We are three people from different fields, one from healthcare communication, one from future curation, and one from future ecologies. At first, we seem unrelated, but actually, we all focus on solving real-world problems by being human-centered. We do this through efficient information delivery and emotional resonance to impact the audience.
Hello, I'm Zhu Xinlan, and my elective course is Future Creation. In this course, we created an exhibition called Arc of the Future: Survival Tests for 2070. It focused on spatial storytelling, using technologies to remove different human senses in different rooms, creating an extreme fear experiences. I realized that coursework always focuses on imagination and opening thinking, while life work requires solving many practical issues. For example, we not only need to consider the concept of exhibition, but also have to design the location, visitor flow, and technical feasibility. After elective, I realized that curation itself is a form of storytelling, which is like the core concept of illustration. Traditional illustration relies on the images, but this elective helped me see it can go beyond the 2D format and become an interactive experience. I believe that the essence of storytelling is to create an emotional connection between audiences. In traditional illustration, this connection is often built through composition, materials, and colors. However, with the development of technology, storytelling has expanded beyond visuals to include sound, touch, and even taste. Through this curation, I realized that technology could create emotional simulation experiences. This kind of experience can make emotions which are difficult to express in our life more direct. For example, in our exhibition, we use sound and AR technology to simulate human experiences in disasters. This virtual experience can let people to have the feelings which they haven't had before. This approach can help more people develop emotional connections and understand some specific groups better. For example, people who have gone through disasters. In this way, we can create a society with stronger emotional connections and greater equality.
Hi everyone, I'm Rui. My project is the overlooked lichen. In the classroom, I could freely experiment with materials, focusing on the visual expression. But when I tried to create art using lichens in the real world, I realized how much more complex it was beyond academic exercise. Art is not just about aesthetics. It involves ecological responsibility, scientific feasibility, and interdisciplinary cooperation. For school projects, I could collage and combine materials without constraints. But working with lichens in public installations raises real-world challenges. Is it ethical to harvest them from nature, given these slow growth? Does transplantation harm our existence? Can they survive in urban environments? Those questions made me realize that the design alone is not enough. To create sustainable works, art must integrate ecology and material science. This experience changed my understanding of art. I used to focus on personal expression, but study lichens led me to ask bigger questions. Can art contribute to ecological restoration beyond aesthetics? Could lichens be used in urban design or even future building materials? Those ideas pushed me to thinking beyond visual impact and explore the intersection of art, nature, and technology. It also taught me valuable practical skills. Working with scientists and ecologists required me to communicate ideas earlier and understanding the expertise. I learned that successful creative projects rely not just on individual talent, but on the close disciplinary cooperation. This future ecology course has given me a deeper understanding that art is not just about aesthetic presentation. It can shape reality and even help address environmental challenges. technologies. Moving forward, I want to explore how lichens can be used in architecture, urban planning, and even extreme environmentals like Maza. I see art not just as something to admire, but as an active force for ecological.
My elective is healthcare communication, where patients forget or misunderstand about 80% of the information. I noticed that there is a huge communication gap between depressed teenagers and their parents, so I wanted to see if visual language could help improve this. Previous coursework mainly focused on experimenting different styles and materials, but in live work, I focused more on the practical use of illustration. For example, in the field of healthcare communication, I would think about whether my illustrations can identify the real problems in life, whether my work can bring practical help to people, and I would pay attention to what people want to see, and whether they can resonate with my work. So this time, I tried using questionnaires and interviews with patients and parents to gather their real experiences and feelings, then turn them into visual language. This approach is new to me because in the past, I mostly relied on my own experiences and feelings. I would draw whatever came to my mind, but now I start to listen to other people's stories. I will find patterns in their stories and use illustration to make these shared experiences more universal and meaningful. I used to think that illustration is just about storytelling or just expressing my emotions, but through this elective, I realized that illustration can combine with medical science and psychology. It can be a tool to facilitate communication. For example, it can help parents understand their children and give children an easier way to express themselves. This is why illustration is not just about drawing. It can highlight real social issues, bring awareness, and even contribute to the development of society.
Well, our projects are really interesting and we actually have a lot in common. For example, we all care about real-world needs, hoping to improve the relationship between people, the environment, and society. Whether this curation, healthcare, or ecologies, the core issue is how to efficiently convey information and resonate with the audience. At the same time, we are all exploring interdisciplinary collaboration to see if different knowledge systems can merge, making our research more impactful.
But on the other hand, our fields are still quite different, and the differences are clear. Ecological research focuses on non-human species, like the growing environment of lichen, while healthcare communication deals with patients and doctors, and curation focuses on audience experience. Additionally, there's a big gap between ideal and reality. Like in curation, we envision a lot of high-tech interaction, but in reality, we have to consider costs, technical feasibility, and audience acceptance.
That is true. There are some challenges in the interdisciplinary cooperation. We are not experts in medicine or ecological, so it is difficult to learn about the necessary technology quickly. Choosing the right cooperation is key. For example, in healthcare communication, we listen to feedback from the stroke survivor, but when it comes to curation, ensuring the correction of the medicine information is still a challenging. Similar, in ecological curation, we have to be cautious not to be disrupted the ecological balance just for visual effects.
So, in my opinion, curation is not just about art displays. It can become a bridge for interdisciplinary collaboration, making fields like ecologies, healthcare, and technology experiential. However, curators' knowledge is limited, so finding the right partners, communicating effectively, and ensuring the curation is grounded are all problems we need to solve in the future.
If there were a more developed model for interdisciplinary curation, like a collaboration between curators, scientists, and medical experts, the social value of exhibitions would be much greater.
Well, creation is not just about displaying. It's about creating an experience that should let the audience into other world. If interdisciplinary cooperation can become smoother in the future, the possibility from exhibition will be much broader.
So this creation experience has taught us each other's knowledge and made us think about how creation can become a tool to drive interdisciplinary collaboration. If we continue to explore these directions, I think we will find even more unexpected possibilities in the future. It might be very interesting, I think.